and Riel is going to go over to this super large tree. Uh,
Yes.
and she is going to use good old speak with plants. Mm-hmm. But I need to read the specifics of the spell real quick. Okay. Well, it's up to you. Do you guys want to hear her conversation with the tree?
I mean,
I
would we understand it?
No. I mean, you the
Okay, I
players
still
would,
want to
but
hear it.
but you the characters wouldn't.
Okay,
as
I do want to
okay.
hear it. I just want to. Well, no, that'd be encouraging metagaming.
Okay. So she walks over to the tree and spends about 8 minutes with it. And she has her head like real close to it, just like whispering to it. Her eyes are closed. She comes back and she's like, "Well, that's a pretty cool tree. Um, he did say off to the right there is a wolf den and there could be some quicksand. Well,
What?
more like quick mud.
Did this tree say anything about which way to get out of the forest, or the correct way to go where we want?
Well, for now, he said if we can avoid the counters on the right, it will be faster. But the left path is safer. But slower.
Well, okay. Well, the left he said was safer.
I mean, I don't know it was a he tree.
I mean, do trees really have genders?
It was a he, yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
Do I know as a character like that you can talk to plants and shit?
Um. Yeah, I mean, you've seen other clerics of your order talk to the dead, so you don't like talk to skeletons and stuff. So I would say you don't think it's very far out of the realm of possibility.
Okay. Because I was like, am I gonna call complete bullshit on this, or am I gonna like
I mean,
accept it?
everybody can talk to plants. Few people can have plants speak back.
Yeah, that's the real issue.
Yeah. So, with that new information, what do you guys do?
is there any like wildlife or anything, or is it just dead silent in there?
It's a good question. Make a perception check. I was gonna see if anyone asked that whole time.
Eh.
Oh. Um, yeah, you hear nothing.
Fuck.
Like no wildlife or anything. And you know what's funny? If you rolled a 1, you still would have heard nothing. You just would have interpreted it in a different way.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no,
Alright,
no
well,
wildlife. There's not even really a breeze. I will say though,
damn.
at at the core at times though, it does feel like it's almost kind of like a mosquito buzzing by your ear at night in terms of audio, but like not quite. But there's something that keeps like something you keep hearing around your ear, very quiet and indiscernible. But only for like moments, like once every minute or so. It's symbols. Yep, it's symbols. Answer symbols.
Great. So, okay. I'll just kind of ignore that the noise. Like, well, Mordai, I have a feeling I gotta help this kid.
So be it.
I'm
I
gonna
will
go
take
left.
dangers that I know over dangers that I do not.
That's some wise ass shit right there.
That
Um,
was pretty good.
but I'm
I'll have
sorry,
you know I
man.
have a decent wisdom.
It's true.
Um,
I gotta do it.
all right. For what do we want to say? what's his face is doing.
What Magnus is doing?
Yeah.
Well, let me look
Well,
at his,
I think you'd be interested in killing the wolves
let me look at his base personality traits real quick.
if you filled them out.
So, yeah. Oh. Well, that was not at all helpful.
Sorry.
They all involve alcohol and killing people.
All right.
He is, however, inherently. You do see an anxiety. You can feel like an anxiety from him, kind of like when you can see a cat's hair kind of standing up and it starts to raise up a little bit on its legs. You do see he's on edge. But he does seem like he's going to go left.
What about you, Riel?
Well, I mean, for me, the tree told me to go left. I can't think of any reason why not to.
Alright, well, I'll start heading down the left path.
Okay, so you start heading down the left. Riel's gonna follow. Magnus is gonna follow.
I'm gonna just like stand there for a moment.
Okay.
And say, what did you say was down the right path again? It was like a wolf den.
A wolf
And
den
some
and
Quick mud.
yeah, some quick mud.
I'm gonna just let out a large sigh and follow like down the left path, maybe 30 paces behind.
Okay. You do notice that the boy was not walking with you quite yet. He had walked up to the tree, hand kind of on it, just staring up into the tree for maybe like 5 seconds, and then he quickly like skips over to keep in pace with you, Mordai.
With me?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Damn.
Go away. Shoo.
But why? You look like a real interesting person.
Go talk to Ash.
Fine. I just wanted to make a friend.
I do not need friend.
Damn.
I like to think when this conversation is like, you're a really interesting person. I'm like, oh. And then I don't need a friend. Ah!
Yeah.
2 shots to the gut.
Yeah, to be fair,
I just want to get rid of the
no, I understand that, but to him, tieflings are pretty rare in general. And he probably hasn't had the chance much in his life to hang out with adults too terribly much in general, either.
I mean, his life was cut terribly short.
I mean, could have been. You don't know his story.
I can assume a
Regardless.
glowing boy in a forest that is a spoopy looking for his parents.
I don't know what you're trying to say, man. So he does, the skipping gate has disappeared, and he walks solemnly up to Asheth and just kind of keeps in pace with him. Does not...
Artemis see anything? Can Artemis be like fucking cool and
She...
uh
let me... I have the Pseudo Dragon stats on a hotbar, because I am so
Ooh.
awesome.
I would like to just keep an eye out for anything suspicious.
Okay. Define suspicious.
So anything that doesn't seem like normal forest activity. I guess.
there's a lot of fog.
I was gonna say that's a okay. In that case, you do also feel the same thing that was kind of happening to Asheth. You feel like there's a mosquito every so often, like kind of buzzing at your ear, but it's not. It's just that in terms of audio, indiscernible, very quiet, very almost itching in your ear, but like you know it's not.
On a side note, do I have level 4 spells that I need to pick?
So you actually have access to all the spells, but every long rest you prepare which ones you think you're gonna use.
I don't know how to look at.
I will help you with that at some
Yeah.
point.
Not right. Oh wait, I see two of them. I don't know if that's all of them.
Yeah. No, it's not all of them, but I'll help you out with
Okay.
that,
Yeah, I'll figure that out later.
y'all. But yeah, you feel this sensation around your ears every so often.
I mean, I'm not gonna do anything aside from like kind of swat at it and be like, God damn, fucking
Okay.
mosquitoes.
Okay. So continuing on for maybe about 5 to 10 minutes. So, the winding path that was like kind of going straight off to the left and kind of curving every now and then, seems to have turned back towards the right and has gotten much more easier to navigate. You did descend. It was a small descent, but you did go down for that whole 10 minutes. Um, and then you continue on towards the right now, well, relative to where you were walking. And it seems that this is almost like a small, like the path is still there, but it's almost like a little, like a canoe shape for maybe like 20 or 30 feet in terms of elevation. And indeed, off to the right, you do see two old, decrepit wood like farmers' fences. Like they're like maybe like fucking 3 feet high, just enough to keep gnomes and cattle in. But there is no actual like gate. You can just walk straight through, but it does seem to be demarking something.
Can I get a? So this isn't like this is on the path or
It's
on
off.
the side?
I mean, it's off to the right, but I mean, if you were to continue on the path, you turned right by this gate and walked 1 foot, like one step, you would be within the threshold.
All right, I'll flash my detect magic.
Green.
Okay. So, all right.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
Say Skylar, what's this all about?
He starts like he's not even really looking at you. He's just pointing over there and enthusiastically tugging at your shirt, and he's like, "I think that's where they are."
Okay, hold on. Where is he pointing at?
He is pointing not necessarily at the gateway, but somewhere beyond the threshold of this gate. And you two go ahead and make perception checks as well.
Can
Per-
Artemis make one too?
Yeah, she'll try. Oh, damn.
Hey.
Perception +3. Oh, shit. Okay.
You also
Oh, okay.
damn, I just used her in my eyes. Fucking, I'm not gonna do this shit.
Oh, you guys all rolled pretty decently. Oh, wait, no. Did you roll yet?
No, that was the last one.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. This is not even worth using a lucky dice. Fuck that.
Regardless, yeah, Mordai, you seem to hear what sounds like a carriage. And indeed, Artemis is sending Ashith pictures of carriages that had been going by in Grandine.
I'd be like, no, stop, get out of my head.
And the boy
No.
seems oblivious to the fact that this is happening. He keeps tugging on you and like looking at your face every now and then, Ashith, and he's like, "Come on, let's go. They're right over there. I know it."
Before we go, do you happen to see a carriage around? This is really important.
Well, that was the last place I saw my parents.
Okay. Whatever. This isn't okay. I'm just gonna go towards the direction.
Okay, Mordai, what are you doing?
I'm gonna just keep following like 30 paces back.
Okay. Riel, you guys notice she's been pretty cool, calm, and collected this whole time, and now you guys are noticing even she is a little bit on edge.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm not really portraying it that well, sort of, but like I am drenched in sweat.
Okay.
I am sweating out of every pore imaginable. in my body. Like, but there's just like this weird compulsion. I just gotta help this little butt out.
Just a little bit
Gotta do
out.
it.
Fair enough. So, continuing on into this fenced-in area, it seems like past this wooden fence, there was like a wrought iron fence, maybe like 10 to 15 feet in, that had been covered with bushes. You guys scrape away some of the vines and stuff. Well, Asheth does. Mordai's just sitting there just like, fuck this. You guys scrape away some of the vines, some of the foliage, and just like the previous fence, there seems to have been... there was an actual doorway / gateway at some point, but it doesn't seem to be there anymore.
Any markings or anything? Like a sign or anything?
No sign per se, no. But kind of looking farther in, granted you have limited vision, you do see motionless silhouettes that seem to be placed in some type of pattern.
Motionless silhouette
Mm-hmm.
pattern. And I'll flick my detect magic.
I'll be right back. You guys can continue for a second because I'll be gone like 2 seconds. I need to grab freaking things. What are they called? The things you put in your ear that you're not supposed to.
Q-tips?
Yep, that's the one.
I almost said beans, and I don't know why.
I mean, that's also something.
I mean, you're not.
No.
So, at this moment, Asheth, the boy's looking up at you, and he's like, well, I'm not quite sure where they would be. Could you help me look?
Oh yeah. Let me change my eyes for a second. Flick my detect magic on.
Okay.
Wondering.
I would say two. Yeah, I would say two of the headstones. Which by this point you definitely realize it is. Two of the shapes of headstones.
Okay.
You can't see them clearly, but two of the shapes of headstones seem to be glowing with necromantic energy, which doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It deals with life and death and
Fine,
death.
you're out.
What?
Say that again. Sorry.
It doesn't necessarily mean it's evil. It deals with life, death, and undeath. So.
Yeah, I know. All right. Well, I will be like, oh, they might be over here. Come on, follow me. And I'll lead them to the 2 graves that are fucking necromantic.
Okay. So walking over to the 2 headstones, they seem to be almost completely encased in vines. But they are right next to each other.
Okay. Are these like spiky vines? Can I like?
No, you can definitely. I'd say it would take you about 2 minutes, but you can kind of whack at them and pull them off and be able to read.
I will get behind the 2 headstones and start ripping off the vines.
Okay. So you take about 2 minutes to do so. Nothing engraved or written behind them, I would say.
Behind so I'll go around towards where the kid was.
Okay.
And
I will say from behind though, you notice that these are definitely higher quality than any of the others nearby, but also higher quality than most you've seen in your lifetime.
that makes it. So far, the narrative the narrative is checking out. All right. Yeah. So I will look at these graves. What do they say?
Okay. So reading not that it matters, but pick one on the left or one on the right.
I'll read both of them.
Your eyes chameleon out.
Oh wait, how about this? I'll read one on the left. Artemis reads the one on the right.
I don't know if Artemis can read.
Smart.
Oh, understands common and draconic but can't speak. Okay. So The one on the left starts off and it says, "'Tis here that lays a brave man who died protecting his family, the High Spy Master, Lord Tychus Escalar."
And with the symbols, I'll be like, what's next to it?
The headstone to the right?
Yes.
That says, "Where Lord lies, so also must Lady, who died tragically with child by the side of her husband.
No.
Here lies
No.
Lady Arwen Escalar."
Hey, Skylar.
Yeah,
What's your last name?
Escalar. Why?
Just curious. You know, we might actually get to the bottom of this.
Well, I'd hope so.
So, what's your last name, Skylar?
It's Escalar.
And I just like, and Sam's not here to hear it.
I'm here.
Oh,
I'm just standing back, so I don't see this
No,
okay.
or like really hear it. I'm assuming
true.
I'm like 30 paces back.
that's true. So you're basically at the entrance, just like,
Yeah,
yeah,
smoking a cigarette. Just,
yeah. Just like, oh, God, this fucking party is lame.
yeah.
Okay, so how about this? I think we're in a good place. Why don't you call out for your parents by their names? Or just say mom and dad. I don't know, whatever you call them.
Oh, okay. Momsy, Dadsy. Nothing seems to happen.
Oh no. So, I see that they're necromantic.
Mhm.
Now that I'm kind of in, is there anything else I can see?
In the cemetery in general?
Yeah.
Nothing else that really stands out to you. I mean, there's it's small, maybe 20 other headstones. You can go read some of the other ones if you want.
Oh boy. I don't know if I want to do that anymore.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll read a good handful of them.
Okay.
Anything interesting?
No, not necessarily. But all of them end with "died as a vassal of the Escalar estate."
Okay. So I think about it is like, wait, she died with child. How is he a little boy? So I'm gonna try to find Skylar's grave.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Oh boy, I'm good at those. Alright, I'm gonna use one of my lucky points.
Do it. You also have inspiration. You can use your inspiration if you want.
I would like to do that. D6, right?
Yeah. And I taketh away your star.
You giveth and taketh.
Okay. Looking around the cemetery, you do see, eventually pressing onwards towards the back, not what looks like a regular headstone, but what appears to be a very small marble casket. But around the casket itself, in an arch woven pattern, are tons of steel bands. And there's the holy symbol, which you would recognize, I'll say, just because you do. There is a holy symbol of Sarenrae at the front of this marker, and there's no headstone to speak of.
I'm gonna eye Skylar, look him up and down. Would this look like it would fit Skylar?
It does look like it would fit.
Okay. So now the only problem is we need to find the pin.
You could also, if you want to, relay information to Mordai.
Yeah, I will be like, Skylar, I'll be right back just 1 second.
Alright,
And
but be quick, I'm scared.
I will relay all this shit that's going on to both Riel and Mordai.
Riel just looks at you and begins breaking down. Like, she just collapses on a heap on the floor and just starts sobbing, ugly sob.
That is not what I was expecting. Mordai, what do you think?
So, hold on. I came in like kind of in the middle of it. So, what exactly was with his Escalar thing?
So there was 2 tomes that had some type of, well, yeah, he relayed everything. There's 2 headstones that had some type of necromantic energy. The first one said, I don't remember exactly what I said, but to the effect of,
Titus or something like
yeah,
Titus?
here lies the head spy master, Lord Tychus Escalar,
Yeah, and then here's another.
protecting his family or something like that. And the second
Okay.
one said, where Lord lies, so must Lady. Here lies Lady Arwen Escalar, who died with child.
Arwen, I love.
Do we know? Did you say how they're related to our good old pal Rendell?
No,
I just kind of made the connection.
no one
I
has
made the
brought
I've
that
not
up at
said
all.
anything, but I get it. I understand. They'll be like, it's. I'll just be like, Mordai. That's his mom and dad.
I mean,
I finished my drag of the drag off my cigarette.
yeah,
and
it's a deep
told you.
one.
The boy is dead. What are we going to do? Or what are you going?
Well, I don't know if I told you this, but
I tell you,
they
enemy
have
dead
some
will not work
necromantic.
on him.
Well,
And
I
we
mean,
do
you
not
could
want
try.
that anyway.
Well, actually, I actually have an idea for you that I might need. I think so. Both Titus and Arwen's graves have some necromantic magic going on about them, and I think it might be that they're tied here because of Skylar. So, is there some way you can do your clericy goodness to draw the spirits here, so we can show them like, hey, here's your boy, boy over here.
It is at this time that Riel actually stands up.
I
And
actually don't have anything either, so
I know. Riel stands up and she says, Have you guys not heard of the tragedies that befell Lord Escalar?
Well, it sounds like some fucking shit, some hardcore
Yeah.
shit. So might as well give us the beans.
Well, to make a long story short,
He fucking died.
okay, to make a long story a little less short, yes, these are Lord Rendell's parents. When Lord Rendell himself was younger, maybe 9 or 10, his family's estate was raided by orcs, by Goliaths. It was strange. They had tried to escape on a carriage, and as far as I know, Lord Rendell is the only one who survived.
I told you, and I'm like, his parents are the carriage. They're searching for his son. We need to find this carriage that's been following us, but not.
the carriage has not been following. I've only heard it twice. How are we supposed to get to it? It seems like it be.
I mean, this is your accent. You do you.
I didn't want to say that.
That's the problem.
Yeah. Turns out when you have trouble speaking normally, you have trouble speaking with an accent.
Tell
too.
me about it.
Um,
Fork off.
That's why mine's only a higher pitch.
So tell me, how do we find a carriage that is traveling in the woods on not a pathway we can go?
How about we make it come to us
How?
and something with Skylar? Some way we can call their name.
Well, listen, that's not quite the end of the story.
Okay.
See, the Escalars, they they kept a wizard in their employment, and assuming that this is the boy in the story I've heard, Mr. Schuyler here, he took quite a bit to this wizard, often trying to learn from him. And over time, it became found out that this wizard was actually a necromancer.
I swear to God, if it's Justin, I'm gonna be pissed.
I can't say it's Justin.
Okay, just making sure. Alright, well, how about we this? We reconvene with Skylar and ask him about this wizard and see if he's still here.
Well, I mean,
How about you take?
I love it.
That's funny. I didn't.
Takes
hear that.
another long drag off the cigarette.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah,
Oh,
you know what?
just-
I'm just going to ignore what you said. Probably be like, just run back to Skylar.
Oh, so you're running back to him?
Yes.
Okay. He's actually staring at the grave that was all the way in the back. As you approach him, he turns to you and kind of like cocks his head a little bit, not in a creepy way, in an inquisitive way, and he's like, "What's this one?"
I don't know. It doesn't really have any markings. But, hey, Skylar,
Yeah.
do you have another friend that's in this forest?
Well, I did have another friend, but I can't remember if he's here.
Well, do you remember the last time you saw him?
Let's see. The last time I saw him, he was teaching me about the bones of the human body.
Oh, what did he teach you? They have an interesting song. You learn the song?
No.
And I'll start doing the head bone touch to the neck bone and that shit.
It seems to quite brighten his mood, and he's actually like clapping and bobbing up and down.
And then the last bone is the feet bone. Then we go all the way back to top.
I liked that a lot. That was fun.
I don't know if it's anatomically correct, but
Well, that wasn't what I learned, but I liked it nonetheless.
what did you learn? What else did you learn from this man?
Well, I learned that you can do some crazy magic. Once he brought my pet cat back to life.
Oh, hey, how was that? Was he kind of the same?
No, not exactly the same.
Did he try to bite you?
No, he just kind of limped around and slept a lot. And then eventually he just slept all day and all night. So I just let him sleep.
Oh. So, that's unfortunate, but you know how cats are. Haha.
Yeah, they like to nap.
What else did you do?
Well, let's see. Ooh, one time, we were painting with tomatoes, and he told me that you could do the same thing if you pricked a little thing on your finger and drew on the table, and he even let me trace something.
What can you show me what you traced?
He kind of,
Do it in the dirt. Do it in the dirt. I think it's soft enough where you could do it.
he kind of like, bends down and clears away some leaves, and proceeds to draw a symbol you're not entirely familiar with. But again, you can tell it is necromantic in nature.
I'm just like, oh, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, and
Is
that's...
there anything else? Anything like bigger? Anything you remember that was like kind of like
No, that's actually the last thing I remember was painting with my own blood.
You just see Ashif just go like, so I'd be like, oh, okay. Well, what was it this thing right here? And he points to the rune.
Yeah, it was.
What do you say it did?
Well, I
I don't remember, but he did tell me that it would help me become a lot stronger and that I'd never get sick and that I
What?
could live for as long as I wanted.
What? Can I make a check to see if this kid's actually a lich?
He doesn't appear to be in nature, no.
Okay. Well, he's too ethereal, so maybe he just didn't pass the test. Or hasn't collected. Or whatever, I don't know. What are witches? I'd be like, wow. So would you say that kind of worked out in your current state?
I
You know, are you
no,
hungry right now?
well, I'm not hungry, but I do notice people leave me alone a lot, and I've been in these woods what feels like an awful long time.
Well, have you gotten sick anytime?
No,
Okay. You said you've been here for a long time.
I have. Oh,
Yeah.
I know what could help. Maybe I have an older brother. Maybe he can help.
Oh no. How about this? We find your parents and then we find your older brother.
All right.
But first we gotta figure out. There's gotta be something we can do to contact them. You know, is there any way that we? Where did you guys live? Did you live far away from here?
No, we lived pretty close to the outside of this forest.
Hmm. Oh, to the outside?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, do you have a feeling that your parents are in this forest right now?
Hmm. Oh, we did have a cabin in the forest that sometimes we went on hunting trips in and stayed there.
Is it close by?
Maybe an 8-minute walk or so.
Well, that's pretty close. Okay, well, how about this? You come with us, and how about this? If you spot a carriage coming by, let me know as soon as possible.
Oh, that's right. Your vision's not so good.
No, it's really hard to see.
All right, I can do that.
Awesome. I'll extend my hand.
He extends his, and again, there's a feeling of warmth, but of nothing tangible.
Yeah, so I will just then start to walk towards the group.
All right, he follows.
All right, so I'm assuming I'm back to the group. All right, guys. Uh, we need to take a trip. That could help us get out of this forest. Maybe.
What do you mean? Take a trip? But where?
Yeah, just about an 8-minute walk. You know, we might know where his parents are at.
Really?
Yeah. Why don't you point in this direction, Skylar?
And he proceeds to point up the path you had been walking already.
All right. Yeah, we're just gonna follow this path more.
Riel is actually going to go over to Mordai and kind of whisper in his ear, like,
Would you happen to know any consecrations, any blessings, exorcisms, like something?
Also,
I-
what?
I do
Go ahead.
not. I unfortunately have the skills I have prepared for today are very heal based and punch based.
Today, he says.
Do you have your holy symbol on you?
Holy symbol.
like just the mark of your god or anything.
I so maybe.
You should.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do.
I thought we decided it was a harp. I think maybe a small harp
Yeah,
on a
I think
necklace.
I think you're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is now.
Yeah. Okay.
So how do you
So-
answer?
Yes, I have the symbol of a god.
She's kind of rubbing her hand on her chin, and she's like,
That might be enough. I hope so.
As you guys are talking and as you guys start to communicate, all you can see in Ash's eyes is like, help me, help me. Like trying to be very nice to this child, but also saying, just like eyes crying for help.
Yeah. On kind of that token, Riel is also going to say to Mordai,
It's not that I don't want to help the kid, but a part of me feels like I should do this for Rendell himself.
I do not blame you, but I do not feel this connection. I have known Rendell very short amount.
That's true. Well, as long as it helps us get out of here, I'm willing to do almost anything.
What do I need to do to get this moving?
Well, as soon as we get to this place that Skylar is talking about, perhaps you could say a prayer to your god, your goddess, entreat their help somehow.
Do I hear this, by the way?
make a perception check. Because she's trying to whisper it kind of out of Skylar's range of hearing.
Can Artemis do it too?
Artemis, yeah.
Please.
She'll have a tougher time kind of conveying it to you, but slightly.
If it is the least I can do, I would do. And I'm gonna like go off a little ways away and sit down in like a cross-legged position and kind of just, I guess, pray.
Oh, well, not yet. Maybe when we get to the location he's talking about.
Oh, yes, I have not heard much of the conversation, as I am very out of earshot.
That's, well, I do have quite good hearing.
And in the meantime, I'll say Artemis crudely conveys the imagery of some type of ritual involving Mordai. Is about the best
I'll be like,
that can be conveyed.
I'll be like, hey, Skylar, stay here for just 1 second.
Okay.
I would run to Mordai and be like, I knew it! I knew there was something you could do! As I'm like, almost like manhandling him madly.
Manhandling his, like, kneecaps.
Yeah, just like grabbing his kneecap, grabbing his pants, shaking feverishly. I have an idea, and I pull you down as hard as I can, like whisper in your ear. Do you accept this? I mean,
This is a great mental image.
I'm
It is
just
great.
manhandling
It
you.
is fantastic.
I'm gonna just
trying
kind
to.
of like, I'll kind of accept it, but I'll like come on my own term.
Yeah, I like to think that I'm like tugging at you with like what I feel like is a ton of force, and you're just like, eh,
I'm
You're like
just
a horse
"Man, what are you doing?"
swatting flies with its tail.
basically.
Well, how strong are you?
For me?
Yeah.
I got 11.
Okay.
I'm average strength. It's not that bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, you could say a prayer in front of the tombstones, and maybe they'll come and say hi or something. I don't know. Put a
Come
blessing
and
around.
say hi. They just show up. Hi. Disappear.
Hey, wait, no, this is your kid. I mean, that's how we'll draw them up, because divine magic and necromagic basically cancel each other out. So we do a prayer around it. We can cancel out the necromantic magic, and maybe that'll bring the parents back.
Oh right, I'm willing to try.
Good, because I don't have anything else that I want. I just want to be done. I can't do this anymore, man. This fucking force sucks.
And all this time, I'll say that the nagging at your ears has increased in volume and frequency, maybe every 40 seconds. Still indiscernible, but more noticeable.
Can I try to like focus on it?
Ooh, sure. Let's see.
Also, well, before this, because if it's a perception check, I'm fucked. Does Artemis also feel this? My ears. It's my ears. Actually, it's really anything that has to deal with perception.
Oh.
So take with that with what you will.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, she'll roll. We'll see. I mean, as best as you can tell, nothing seems to have been bothering Artemis.
All right. Well, I'll try to focus in to really see what this is trying to tell me. Whatever it is.
Go ahead. I'm gonna say make a religion check.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay.
That was.
Ooh.
You've been like right on the cusp, like twice now. That was almost a 7. Yeah, kind of closing your eyes and slowing your breathing for a moment. You hear faintly, ever so faintly, "Help us. Stay away.
Wait. I'm like, wait.
The cabin. You must free our bodies.
Oh God.
That's it."
I'll immediately turn like there's. Oh God. Oh God. I'm just like you're literally back in the comment about having a brain aneurysm. It is now becoming a reality. I'm just frantically, feverishly, like madly, just like Mordai, like slapping his.
I hear it. I like it.
Yes.
Mordai.
Yes, my son.
Like that's oddly comforting.
I'm not sure if that was like a religious standpoint or a familial standpoint. And I'm
That's
not sure how to take
so
it.
deep. It's so layered. So layered.
I don't know how to take that. That was really good. Anyway, he did say yes, my son, and was waiting for your
Okay.
response.
Yeah, do the same thing, just pulled so I can whisper to him.
I just come on my own terms.
You come on your gnome terms.
No, because if it's gnome terms, then it's my terms.
Yeah, I know. It was just for the joke, man. Come on.
I got you, man.
Jack.
While I'm frantic in character, I'm also out of character, like, or no, out of character, like, getting into it a little bit too much. Anyway,
I like it.
all right. Good. No, like almost a little bit loud in your ear, but like as much as a whisper that I can stifle, be like, it's their bodies aren't their bodies aren't in these graves right now. There's no point in doing a prayer to rest but their bodies have been desecrated by necromantic magic, and we have to help them, but they also told me to stay away, and they're sending me mixed signals. Mordai, you're my rock. You're my dad. Help me.
My child.
Spiritual father thing? I don't know, but we gotta do this.
I just needed to say it because the accent.
My child,
That was-
I will show you the way.
That was just a beautiful moment all around. That was,
Oh my god.
it was really
Do you get
solid.
this on stream?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
boy,
baby.
I gotta rewatch this.
This is
Anyway,
beautiful.
Oh.
Fuck if I know.
What the fuck? How do I follow that up?
You said it. He said my child, and that was about it.
Maybe it's time that we move on.
hell no! We gotta see this all the way through. This shit's I'm moderately aroused right now.
Well then, go find their body.
Okay.
By the way,
Alright,
here's what the cemetery looks like.
Ooh, spoopy.
I mean, the world
Here's the
doesn't just
freaky
end
record.
at the corner, but yeah,
I feel you.
yeah.
So I'll be like, we have to. This is so interconnected that we cannot see this through. Also, can we technically? No, never mind. Nope, not gonna do that.
What?
I smell like gas in my house.
What the fuck?
Like natural gas.
That's not good.
Is someone
I've been
using the
smelling that, like,
stove?
once. Ooh. All right. Anyway, don't let him in. I'm gonna be like, Mordai, we have to do this. We have to do this.
Master, I implore you to reconsider.
Reconsider. Okay.
Okay. Mordai, how do you respond?
Then you must. Where are these bodies?
They're in a cabin in the woods.
This seems very sketchy.
Extremely, but this is too interconnected now. We've gone too far. We cannot not see this through now.
Riel is also gonna pipe up and be like,
Holy sh! I just like scream
no, sorry.
because I did not know she was there.
Yep, sorry. I
Okay, nope, that was me.
no,
That was a moment of weakness.
I tend to be quiet.
Yep, that is. Yep.
You know, as one of my father's vassals, that Lord Rendell is, I kind of feel obligated to do this for him. Which I understand you don't necessarily feel the same way. But I do also... The morality in me says we should, and he can
Yeah.
guide us.
This is a pickle.
And
This is a pickle.
Let's find a boat.
Did you say let's find a boat?
Let's find the body.
Oh. The
Alright,
Y
well,
like
let's-
cut off, so I heard was let's find the boat. I was like, well,
Let's find the boat, guys.
you guys want to Peter Pan this shit, I guess.
All you need is a bit of fairy dust.
Anyway,
So,
You're
do we know
too
where this
slow.
cabin?
Okay, Skylar will show us the way, and we'll just, like, skip
you're gonna skip.
towards Skylar, and then realize that I'm losing my goddamn mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say with his.
And in the background, you just hear some rustling through pockets, and then just
Oh damn it! I didn't hear anything.
oh, you didn't hear anything?
No.
What?
Oh, okay. There we go. +1.
I may lose my mind, but you'll get lung cancer. Actually, I think at this level, no, that's paladins. Paladins are immune to disease at this level.
Riel is actually gonna come up to you, Mordai, and like shoulder to shoulder with you, looking forward, not even say anything, and just like stick her hand out expectantly.
Riel,
Yeah.
what do you expect from me?
She
I honestly don't.
She looks at you and wordlessly puts 2 fingers up to her lips.
And I casually take one out and give to her.
So she kind of does the same motion as you did with your
And then
world story-breaking line. Did you say?
Snap your fingers.
Yeah, she just kind of snaps her fingers and flame sticks out of her thumb. And that is
but
where
I offered him my light.
she looks at it and she just kind of shrugs. And that is where we will go ahead and close it for the evening. It's
If
good.
I had a Zippo, that would have been a better noise, but
I can actually take my fingers and like flip open the cap of a Zippo and it makes a great sound.
yeah, that's what I would have done. That
Mhm.
noise and then the followed by the actually lighting. it.
Yeah, but then that means you have to hit the wheel a few times. You gotta be like, come on, come on.
Come
Well,
on.
I mean, yeah, but I it's also using an actual bic.
True.
See, it's a magical Zippo, and there's no magic in it. It's an
Yeah.
anti-magic field.
Well, that was a hole that just got deeper and deeper and deeper.
And you wanted, we should have took the right path.
Probably.
Now we've met Rendell Escobar's dead fucking little brother.
That's true.
You know, on the other hand, I could just walk away and go the other way.
You're good.
But now you're a part of it. You're integral to our plan.
Am I though?
Uh,
hang.